The following program is brought to you by the Center for Educational Outreach at Baylor College of Medicine.
Hello, my name is Greg Vogt, and I'm with the Center for Educational Outreach at the Baylor College of Medicine. And today we're going to learn how to build rockets out of paper. Now you might be thinking, paper rockets? Like, how good can they be? Well, I'll tell you, they can be great. If you build them well, they fly wonderfully. And I'd like to show you how to build one. Now, when we have these paper rockets, we're going to be using a special launcher for them, and I'll just show you what that looks like here. It's made out of PVC pipe, and the rocket fits on the end. On this end here, we have a large 2-liter soft drink bottle, and the idea is to point the rocket in the correct direction, a safe direction, and then stomp on the bottle, and it blows air through the tube, and away our rocket goes. Well, we're going to learn how to build the rocket. That's the important part right here. And to do that, we need various kinds of paper. You can use ordinary copy machine paper, the white stuff, but I happen to have some colored copy machine paper. And you don't need the heavyweight. The lightweight paper works great. So it gives you, this kind of stuff gives you lots of colors to work with, and you can make your rocket look very interesting. But with white paper, you can also add marker pens and decorate them any way you want to. Now, to start off with, you're going to need a piece of PVC pipe. This is 1/2-inch diameter, and this pipe is available at a hardware store. You'll need to be able to cut it. It cuts with a saw, or you can use that actual PVC cutter, and they might be willing to cut it for you. But the purpose of this is to make a rocket building form. And that form matches our rocket launcher, same size tube, so when you make the rocket fit this, it's going to fit the launcher. So it's a good way to make sure everything is the right size. Now we're going to need some paper, and you can take your paper and cut it like this, the long direction to make a long rocket. You can cut it the short direction to make a short rocket, or you can take, say, a long piece and a short piece and put them together to make an extra long rocket like this one is right here. So you've got all kinds of choices to how you want to build this. Well, let's make a short length rocket, and I'll take my PVC form, and all you do is to roll the paper around the form. And the form gives you the right size as a result. So here we go, we got the paper rolled around the form, and then we need some cellophane tape, so I'll get my tape going here. And you tape the seam. So there's one piece right there. Then I go down the middle a bit, and I tape the middle here, like that. And one more piece right on this end here. That way it keeps the tube from unraveling on me. So I've got the tube, and you can see how the tube slides very nicely along the form. It'll slide real nicely on the rocket launcher. The next thing we're going to need to do is to make the nose cone. Now the nose cone can be kind of tricky to make, but I got a neat way of doing this. And it involves making a circle. And I usually will take an old CD, and with a marker pen just draw a pattern here, draw a circle. So you can cut out a circle like this to make your nose cone. Now for us, I'm going to use a bigger piece of paper because it's easier to see how to do this. It's a little tricky to figure it out, but you'll find it's a really neat way of doing it. Consider this like a pie, and I'm going to fold the pie to make a half pie right here, shape, like that, and fold it and smooth out the seam. Okay, so I've got a half pie here. Now I want to fold it in quarters, so I'll have a quarter piece, like so. Okay. And then I fold it one more time, so it's an 1/8. And you see it's now the nose cone shape, but it's not quite done yet. Let me open it up a bit to show you here what we got. We start out with a circle. You fold it in half, and again, and now you end up with this shape right here. When you bring these two edges together, that has to be taped. So we got a big piece of tape on here, and hold them together real nicely, and there we are. I have a nose cone. All you got to do is squeeze it like this, and there's our nose cone shape. Well, my nose cone is way too big for the rocket, so I've already got one made that's about the right size. And you can see I've got it right there. And I'm going to take it to my tube and place it on the end of the tube. Well, you know, it's still a little bit too big. So you get to trim it. Take my scissors here and cut off about this much. And that should just about be right. Okay. And we'll stick it on the tube here again. That's pretty good. Then I need to have some more tape to hold it in place. And you want to tape this really well because you don't want any air escaping through the front end of the rocket, or the rocket won't fly as well. So there we go. And I go around here. Another piece will finish the job. Like this. So I've got a pretty good nose cone on my rocket now at this point. There we are. That's my rocket nose cone. Last thing I need to do to finish is to make some rocket fins. So let's take some paper like this color right here. And if you've got colored paper, what you can do is if you got some scraps left over, you can trade them with somebody else for a different color. That way you can get your rocket looking just the way you want it to be. Okay, so I'll take this little piece right here, and here's another trick. And watch what happens. I'm going to take this piece and fold it in half like this. Okay, so it's folded in half. I'm going to fold it in half again, like this. Now look, I'm going to open up one here to show you how it is. See how we got it? We got a half fold and then another half fold. But the edge I'm looking for is this edge right here. See how that is? I want this edge right here. So I'll take my scissors, and now I'm going to cut. And I'm going to start by cutting a little tab, like so. You can see the tab here sticking out. And then I'll cut the slant of the fin, like that. So there's my shape now. Then I'm going to take it and cut inward and make another tab on the lower end. There we are. Okay. So this is the shape so far. If I take this and open the fins up and fold them, like so, here we go. It looks like a little miniature paper airplane, except we've got two of them here. Two identical sets of fins. There we are. Okay, now all you got to do is attach them to your rocket. So I lay it right there on the body tube that I made before, and get out some more tape. Tape it right here. Right here. Get the other set of fins, put them on the opposite side, like this. And tape those as well. And here we are, folks. We now have a completed rocket ready to fly. There it goes. And we can put it on our launcher. So that's how easy it is to build one of these rockets. Now, of course, when you build your rocket, you may decide after trying it doesn't go very far. Perhaps you want to modify the shape of the fins. So you get your scissors and you can nip off the fins and do whatever you want to modify the rocket to make it fly better. So you watch the flight and improve it each time you fly it. Well, there we go. We have now made a rocket, and to show you how it works, I've got my tube here. This is the practice thing. You can do it in the classroom, but be careful where you aim it. You can blow through the tube. Now remember, of course, everybody's been handling this, so clean the tube off first. But look what happens here. Get ready for a rocket launch. 3, 2, 1, liftoff. Have a good time. And now a word about safety. You might think paper rockets can't hurt you, but they can. We have one very important safety rule: never shoot the rocket at anyone. Because even though they're paper and they don't have much mass, they travel very fast and they have a very sharp nose cone, and believe me, it's going to hurt. So our main rule is do not shoot at anybody with these rockets. Have a great time flying your rockets.